Let's bring in our guest now to make sense of what exactly is this
The
flood
Jammu
fury all
Srinagar.
about. Why are we hearing of so many cloudbursts this season only? Joining us is Prem Parivartan. He's very popular as People Baba online. He has been very vocal. His video on what caused the Uttarakhand flash floods went viral, and he's got a lot of experience in working in those areas, learn and living in those areas to understand what exactly went wrong. Also with us is Dr. Fayaz Kutsar. He's also an environmentalist. People Baba, let me come to you first. I'm just trying to piece together everything that's been happening. A flash flood in Uttarakhand, then Himachal, then Jammu and Kashmir, houses collapsing, highways collapsing. This when we knew that the monsoon is going to come early, this when we knew that the monsoon is going to be good this year. What happened? Is there a larger picture on environment disaster that we're actually missing here?
We should not be talking about environment. We should be talking about encroachment. If you see all your reports, all your visuals, and one common thing that emerges from there is that there is encroachment on the way of the river. A river is a highway for water. The water has been flowing here for ages. Ever since the planet was created, ever since these rivers were born, they've been. So we cannot blame the river, we cannot blame the clouds, we cannot blame the rain, we cannot blame the monsoon, we cannot blame the hill slopes, we cannot blame the mountains. We are in their way. They are not in our way. So if we have not done our homework properly, and how can authorities allow lakhs and lakhs of houses and dhabas and hotels, and they are all illegal? Please, mind you, these are all illegal. And how do we check? I have worked for 30 years in Jammu division. I've worked for 30 years in Uttarakhand and Himachal. We've done so many afforestation projects, and we used to wonder. And the best way of checking any piece of land is, can any dhaba, any house, can get a loan from the bank? They will never give a loan because these are all illegal. They are all on the green belts. This is riparian vegetation. The river should have the shrub, grasses, the trees and everything. Okay, so everybody says population jada ho gayi. Everybody says that. So it is governance, it is administration. You need to put the human settlements. Once you have structural engineers, you have your experts, you have your geological experts, you have committees who can earmark the land which is safe. Don't come in the way of the river. Don't come in the way of the mountains.
So
Now,
People Baba is
on
essentially
one
saying
hand,
that
you are, ab jaise Char Dham ka, you take the highway of Char. Yeah, it is encroachment. It is encroachment. Let's be very fair. You cannot blame nature for it. And first of all, I would like to congratulate the entire country that we are having normal rain after 2010. This is normal rain, ma'am. This is normal rain. We've
yeah.
worked on the field for 40 years. This is normal rain. We are saying it is this happened, because the visuals are showing the houses. We are not celebrating the fact that we are having water in our rivers. We are not celebrating the fact that there is greenery has come back in
Celebrating the
Uttarakhand and
fact there
Himachal.
are
We are
lives
not
lost, there
celebrating.
are livelihoods lost, there are homes which have been lost,
No, I'm
and
not saying
people,
that. I'm not saying
and
that we
and
need to
so much.
celebrate
I
the
get your
lives lost.
point. I get your point. I get what you're saying, that it's good for the
Yeah,
environment,
ma'am,
perhaps so
we are not
bad
talking
for
about the
human.
right
But you
keyword.
are saying, just
Encroachment.
People Baba, you are essentially saying that all of this is the work of illegal construction that has happened on this belt. Construction that was done
Encroachment. It is encroachment.
without keeping the rivers, environment, and all of that in mind. Dr. Fayaz is also with us. Dr. Fayaz, what is your view?
Actually, it's very unfortunate and sad to see such a precious life is going away into water. But when you look at the process, the cloudburst, the landslide, these have been a natural process over a period of time. In fact, when you look at the landslide, this is one of the very common geological event which happens frequently. But why it is creating problem? When it is so frequent, why it is creating problem? You see, the kind of what you call business model of development, we have started looking at it. what our previous speaker already narrated. That is the biggest problem. I tell you one fact, because when you look at the hilly rivers, they do not have floodplain. They have only riverbed, what you call as hill torrent. And in hill torrent, along the hill torrent, you are, constructing everything. Then what will happen? When a lot of water will come, that is not water alone. It brings a lot of debris. Because when you look at the what you call business model of development, where we are reaching to the highest peak, even you are constructing, doing everything, then you are losing your pristine ecosystem, the grasses, the plants. You are allowing those land masses to come down on you itself. So it is certainly a
You are
man-made creation. There's no
allowing,
doubt it.
you're saying we have allowed for this disaster to happen. This is a
Yes.
man-made disaster. Both of you
Yes.
echoing the same point there. People, Baba, what
Yes.
I remember what you said about Uttarakhand when the floods had happened there. You had very specific reasons why. And you went ahead to essentially say that everything that could go wrong in the environment had gone wrong in Uttarakhand. But if we were to take that argument and say, did it go wrong in Punjab? Did it go wrong in Jammu and Kashmir? What about Himachal Pradesh?
Yeah, it will happen. Don't worry. Next year, again, we'll be talking about the same topic because nobody is talking about encroachment. Just please understand, there is a very basic, simple problem. I've traveled to so many countries abroad. They take care of this thing. ऐसा नहीं है कि वहां पे बारिश नहीं होती. They are also having monsoon. Please remember, this is not a cyclone. This is not a tsunami. This is not a hurricane. This is normal rainfall. It will happen every year. Every year the water will come. Every year the river will be filled with water. When you know that every year this will happen, maybe it has happened a little more this year, but it's been happening for the last 10 years, every year at the same time. July and August, they are the most critical months for our monsoon period. Why are we again allowing people to settle right? I think this is genocide. This is homicide. This is the encroachment. It's a kind of murder that we are doing. The authority should be held responsible. Why are you allowing something to? Agar ek highway hai, there's an expressway. Do you allow people to stand right in middle of the highway or on the side of the highway when there are speeding cars and trucks going on? No, you will not do on a toll road. But why are you doing on the way of the river? This is a river. The river has its own course. There is a floodplain.
You're using very, very strong words there. But a
these
lot
are
of
not
people, Baba, are
common
saying
things.
that this is a change in the climate as well. Climate change perhaps also responsible partly for it. You don't agree?
Can we manage our climate? We cannot. It is a bigger thing. It is a bigger issue. There are ocean currents. There is a continental shift going on. There is gravity. There is the entire. It's a very, 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 very huge subject. Let's not discuss climate. We cannot do climate. You and me cannot change the climate of this country. But we can stop stupidity. We can stop this stupidity that we are doing right in the middle of the river. Whether you go to Manali, you go to Kullu, I can name 10,000 projects like that. You are putting the human settlement right on this thing. And then there is this all bandwaja barat about flood relief and, politician going and clicking photographs over there. This is mass murder. How can you allow human habitation? How dare you allow human settlement in the way of the river? Nobody is talking about this. Everybody is talking about the cloudburst. Cloudburst, is it a new phenomenon? Is it an AI generated thing? Is it something which is generated by a few people 5 years ago? It has been there for millennium. It has been there for thousands of years. I have seen it. हम जब छोटे बच्चे थे, we used to go walking on the Char Dham Yatra. We have seen so much of this thing. The landslide is happening because we are blasting the mountains. We are doing illegal mining. You go to Uttarakhand, you send your teams to Himachal, you just see number of illegal sand mining. You are changing the course of the river. आप illegal mining कर रहे हैं, आप sand mining कर रहे हैं, you are changing the course of the river, you are encroaching, your engineering is not good of the bridges, and then you blame the river, and then you say, oh, flood हो गया. This is such a natural thing to happen. Tomorrow you will blame the air. Tomorrow you will blame the wind. You will say, no, the air is not good. The air, we are not turning the finger to ourselves, and we are not contemplating, not meditating on the fact that where we are going wrong. That
Yep.
should be the discussion. And the corporator, MP, MLA of that region, they should be held to account. The office, you should call them on television and ask them, why did you allow this thing? How can, Acha, tell me one thing. I have seen it. I can present so many, this. You are giving Aadhaar cards to people who are right in the middle of the river. You are giving them electricity connection. You are giving them power connection. You are giving them water connection. How can you do it? It is 100% illegal. How can you do any construction on the way of the river? I don't know.
So then, People Baba and Dr. Fayaz also, because he's been listening for a while now, what are the courts doing on this? What is NGT doing about it? What are the Environment Watch? I mean, all of this clearly happened under their watch as well, right?
Can I
please,
add something
Dr.
to
Fayaz,
it?
yeah.
Yes, when you look at it, why it is so frequent, why nature is so upset and angry. When you look at it, I will say one word, that ecosystem is losing resilience. When your ecosystem loses resilience, such things become quite frequent. And why it is happening? Because those ecosystems are being, interfered with. You encroach the system. So therefore, the functioning of ecosystem, the ecosystem processing has been lost. So ecosystem is no more functional, and therefore the changing climate bringing its fury, and this ecosystem is not resilient, enough to control it, to check it, to dilute it. It is spills over, and that creates problem. And I mean, this is very important to see that while looking at the construction of road, we never see what is the natural, flow of water. And what are the, what you call as gadhera. Gadhera is a term, local term for streams and rivulets. We forgot to see those gadhera and rivulets. Recently, I was walking in Pithoragarh, and I have seen those gadhera and rivulets are filled up for the roads. And those, when such kind of rain comes, these gadhera and rivulets are responsible to carry those water smoothly down into the bigger river. But those gadheras no more exist. There is a huge fragmentation. So these, our ecosystem in hilly area and everywhere, in fact, losing what you call resilience. Resilience to the climate, resilience to the such extreme weather pattern. And therefore, such event would be more frequent. If we want to stop it, it would be more frequent, and we would be suffering. The humanity would be suffering.
Well, I started the debate by saying, is this engineered? I think at the end of it, two very renowned environmentalists in the country are coming on to say that this is a cold-blooded murder. They're saying this is genocide and homicide on why this was even allowed in the first place. These are very, very pertinent questions, one we should be asking, and this is not the last you'll hear of it, at least here on India Today as well. Thank you both for joining us with your perspective and making us think beyond just the immediate disaster that is upon us.